All right, so shock is in. Top bolt is attached. I'm just gonna push these out and put a little grease on them. See that bearing in there? You see that? Yeah, you can. Just want to put some grease in there. Manual says to use some lithium base grease, which I kind of already have, so. Need a little brush.
it was like covered in dog hair still. And then when I put it in the washer, it all came off. You hear me?
Hold on a second.
Hey there YouTube, what's going on? It is the best 1A and I'm so happy that my voice is sounding just a little bit better than what it was before. Anyhow, shock is pretty much in, but I pulled the lower bolt on the shock again, which you can probably see there. I pulled the bolt because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drop the swing arm and I'm going to grease the bearings that are in the rear swing arm. Now here's the thing, to get to the bolt, well, I'm going to show you on the other side, but for this side, which is your brake side, I'm sorry, this is your brake side, your brake's right there, this is your brake side, you have to take the exhaust off for here, which as you can see I got there. You got to take that off, okay? Then these little panels here has to come off, and not for nothing, I had to change the clutch cable because I used this cleaver and it messed up my clutch cable. But you know what? It's easier to just take this off, then take this panel off, and then do your clutch cable. The way I did it, I kind of like rustled underneath here, and I didn't want to take the exhaust off. Anyway, yeah, so took that manifold off because it's a two-piece and then you have the slip-on. Took that off, then undid the bolts from here, those 4 bolts, disconnect the O2 sensor, which was already disconnected, and then you have your bolt there, and that's the rear swing arm bolt. Now what I'm thinking I'll be able to do is basically to pull this bolt, drop the swing arm just a little bit. The rear's on a jack, so I'm thinking I can just drop it a little bit, just not much, just a little. I might have to pull this bolt here. I'm gonna have to pull that bolt right there for my the water bottle, and then that'll give me a little more room. Drop it, then I'll grease the bearings, kind of clean up around it, the edges and so, and grease the bearings on those spine bearings that are in there, and then I can just raise it back up, push the bolt back through, torque it back down on the other side, and it should be good. Anyhow, let me show you the other side. So here on the other side, this nut is a 22mm nut, okay? So just keep that in mind. If you're wondering, now you know. You're gonna need a 22mm socket to get that off. And once that's off, I should be able to slowly just bang that through to the other side. Alright, so here we are. I've got the bolt partially out. I'm going to try and just pull it out from this side. Alright, so this little bracket is here, screws into these holes you see here, 1 and 2. Okay, you need a small one of these little small sockets, which is, this is a 5/16, and I don't know if it fit on there, but you need one of those, something that small, and that's a 5/16. So if you have one of those, it'll work. I pulled out the water reservoir bottle, which is usually right inside here. But to get that out, you got to take this bracket out, and these wire straps right here, all you got to do is just touch this little tab that's right here. You touch that little tab, right? Push that down and you can pull this right up. It's reusable, so you can reuse them over again. So right now what I want to do is just to get this out, and I'm hoping what'll happen is that this will just drop down a little bit, and then I can get in and I can do whatever it is I need to do in there with as far as adding the grease inside. So that's pretty much what I'm gonna be doing now. And I have a jack underneath the wheel just to keep some pressure on the wheel while I do this. And keep track of your screws too. Don't lose them. Alright. Okay. That's out. So stand that up really nice. Alright. So I'm just gonna pull this out. Ah, come on. Alright. Wow, this is slippery. Holy crap. Alright, got that out. Put that on my rag. Now, we're just gonna pack some grease in there. Get that really nice and repacked up. Okay. This one smushed them down in there. Get that grease in there. Pack them with that grease. Alright. I'm actually happy I'm doing this now, because then I don't have to pull my bike apart again. And I already have the shock dismantle. I already have all this stuff. It's already dismantled. I don't have to do it again. Like, you just don't understand how happy that makes me. Alright, so I'm going to do the other side. Let's repack this side with some grease, which you can't see. I'm sorry. Right, so that's gonna go back in. Oh. All right. Now you just got to reassemble it. All right, guys. So, this is pretty much the last part I'm going to do for this video. Put on back these little pieces over here, back regulator. So now, back to the shock. Being as, I'm probably going to make that a separate video, but being as I already had this shock already pulled, I decided I'd pull the swing arm, lube the swing arm, and glad I did because it kind of looked like it needed it. Anyway, so this is all back together, but it's not torqued. So now what I got to do is I got to torque it. This top one, I don't know, that's going to be hard. But, yes, son of a. But this one and this one, I need to torque these. I didn't pull this. Next time I'm going to pull that. I didn't pull that. But, yeah, so now you just got to torque these back down. In the manual, it gives you the torque specs. All that info's really in there. And I just got to reassemble the other side, put all that stuff back. And then pretty much after that is just setting up your shock, which is plenty of videos online on how to do that. So, yeah, so this is pretty much installing this progressive shock. And now I'm just got to put the bike back together, and I'm not going to be filming anymore. I'm just trying to get it back together now at this point. All right, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys appreciate the time taking and putting this together. But now the shock's in there, you can kind of see where it's at, where it's positioned. You can see the two big set screws there, or whatever they're called, that you lock them together, twist and lock them together to make your adjustments. But and access isn't too bad. I mean, assuming you take this top cover out, which is not hard to take out. It's just 2 bolts. So you take that out, and it's a lot easier to make an adjustment. So I'll definitely be that's something I'll definitely will be doing. But other than that, this is it. So this is pretty much the shock installed, and that's pretty much what you would be working with. So all right, YouTube. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate all the time you take to watch these videos. I know sometimes they're a little bit long, a little bit too long. And you guys stay safe.